Well, Luton Airport yesterday was met with a complete and utter disaster. Over the course of the evening, their car park number 2 burnt to the ground, effectively caused by a major fire triggered by a vehicle. The media would have us believe that it was a diesel vehicle, internal combustion engine. But when you look around, and I've been doing a bit of homework since, and many of your comments, I think they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. Speaking of comments, let's have a look what you had to say about it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Andy the Cabby here. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Hope you're well. And as always, I appreciate the support. Well, yesterday, I put a video up about what happened at Luton Airport, and it was effectively called What We Know So Far. And I brought to you images, facts, and, general thoughts of my experience with Luton Airport and what we knew at the time. And one thing was very prevalent. They were trying to have us believe that this whole entire catastrophe was caused by a diesel engine. Yes, okay. Now, I intend to do a bit of a follow-up on this whole subject on Sunday when I do the live stream at 9 o'clock. So please check in with me then and see what else I've dragged out. But for now, I wanted to go through some of your comments, see what you had to say on it. So here we go. Okay. First at the top of the list, Wheelie Mac Bin. I love that name. I would be shocked if this huge fire was caused by a diesel vehicle. Diesel is hard to ignite, unlike petrol. I can tell you from my days as a military movement controller in the army, working on sea movements, that diesel vehicles could travel on ships with fuel in them. Petrol vehicles had to be drained and vented prior to loading. That alone tells you that diesel is not considered to be a massive fire risk. Someone with professional experience saying it right there. Lara von Staden. My son assesses accident damage vehicles. As a matter of safety, any electric car is putting £1 as far away as possible from petrol and diesel vehicles. That explains a lot to me. Thank you for your channel. It's always informative and interesting. You're welcome, and thank you for your comment. Now, this is the problem with the whole situation at airports with the cars stacked in as they are. There's literally hundreds of the things in any car park at any one time. And I have seen at multiple airports with my own eyes cars of different varieties parked next to each other. Electric vehicles, diesel vehicles, petrol vehicles. I don't care. And according to the information I've gleaned, this car park, after a multi-million-pound refit, didn't even have a sprinkler system. Who knew? Let's have a look at some more. FA Chucked 9865. As an ex-Shell tanker driver, I can tell you now that a diesel car stroke van would not explode like this under normal conditions. Having said that, it was an EV. If it was an EV, it wouldn't have been put out so fast. Well, you say about the speed. From what I could gather, they had about 12 hours it took to get it under control and put it out. Now, is that deemed fast, or is that not fast enough? Mal Privids, the fire service have really put the work in. The 2017 Grenfell fire took them over 26 months to clarify the cause, and today they can give the cause of a massive fire in 26 minutes. You make a valid point. Loads of replies to you there. Cheeky Fingers, another great screen name. Apparently not. Although the car park is totally destroyed, along with 1,200 other vehicles, the fire brigade have done a lightning-quick investigation and can assure us it was a diesel vehicle. I've never before heard of a fire brigade investigation concluded so quickly, considering the damage done. Whoever the Range Rover belongs to, the insurance is going to pay millions. Let's hope they are not the EV patsy. Yes, let's hope not, indeed. One of the other things that I want to point out with that as well, that car park that went up in flames, on the actual bottom level of it is the area where people are actually delivered to the airport to go on their holidays. And similarly, you're picked up from there as well. It's a massive pick-up drop-off area. And at any time, there's loads of people under there. How many people were there at the time, or was it conveniently emptied? I don't know. But they're damn lucky it wasn't a mass casualty event, I can tell you. Let's have a look at some other comments. Okay, Pigeon Guard Games. The speed at which the media and fire brigade tells us it was diesel tells me it was in fact an EV. When had the fire brigade ever conducted an investigation into the cause of a fire that quickly? Again, a valid point. Laura S&S 8322, the Guardian made sure to let you know the vehicle was a diesel. And yes, of course, we can trust what the Guardian says. Sorry, something stuck in my throat there. Our Bureau, one, even if it wasn't started by an EV, the presence of EVs is what fueled the fire. Certainly, absolutely certainly. I mean, one of the things that the fire brigade said was that the presence of EVs certainly fueled this fire. So, you know, despite the fact whether it was a diesel or whether it was a hybrid or whatever, I think it's quite obvious what it was, judging by all the little snippets of information coming out. But if it got near any EVs and any batteries cooked off, it's going to produce what we saw, isn't it? Trouble is, I think we're all silly. Some more comments there, replies to you. We'll go down to another one. Here's a long one. Let's see. William George Fraser. Anyone who has ever worked with diesel knows it doesn't just catch fire. You can throw a match into a bowl of diesel and it will go out. Diesel has to be heated to a very high temperature to burn and needs to be atomized to explode. That's why diesel engines have a higher compression ratio than petrol cars and use high pressure atomizer stroke injectors. If it really was a diesel car, then I suspect it was a hybrid, as it was the batteries that caught fire. However, this will be hidden by the government, as if the truth ever comes out, this fire will kill the EV market for good. Even so, would anyone be willing to leave their car in a multi-story car park, knowing that this could happen if an EV catches fire? Very, very valid comments there. You know, very valid indeed. And looking at the pictures and knowing, you know, the layouts of the car parks, that didn't look parked to me. It looked like it had been left. But, you know, we'll cover more of this on Sunday. David Williams, short answer is yes, because in my entire lifetime, I've never known this happen. And now there are lots of incidents of EV and e-scooter fires. When we were in Metz in France recently, quietly having a coffee outside, a guy passed on an electric scooter and smoke was coming from it. He had to abandon it quickly. David Stone, it was not a diesel fire that we just saw. Diesel does not form an explosive cloud of any kind. It was either petrol or electric. Now, a floor collapse in a concrete building needs a very hot fire to cause much damage, and it takes a long time, but a lithium fire would explain both the speed and the temperature. A couple more comments. If it was or wasn't an EV, the faith in these vehicles must be rock bottom. That's Paul Ross. That is, you know, one of the main factors, isn't it? And the last one, Brian Frew, 6603. New scrappage scheme needed so EV drivers can buy diesels. If it was a diesel that started it, you can bet it was parked alongside an EV. Now, one thing I will say from those comments, without a shadow of a doubt, there are no fools among you, and we're all thinking, and you're all saying the same thing. It looks very likely that it was some kind of hybrid or some kind of electric that was the cause of this. And, you know, there's plenty of evidence out there to show that. Pardon that motorbike in the background. Now, on Sunday, I will be doing a live, and I will be covering some more of this in detail then, with a couple of extra videos and a couple of bits of extra evidence to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is what we're dealing with, or at least show you that it's a higher probability. And we'll have a general chat about other stuff as well. Anyway, thank you very much. As always, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the content and leave comments. It's what helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it. Andy the Cabby, and I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.